do that.
There we go.
There we go. Right then.
So they both
Liz,
started.
here we go.
Oh.
Sit back, come back then, Beth. Hey everybody. We'll start in a minute. Let's make sure all our cameras in the right place. So we've got Facebook on one camera. Always bring this a little closer. There we go. And we've got Instagram on the other. Don't let the dog in. And I've got a helper. Here's Beth. Leave her there.
I'm just being mad.
Okay. So we are 9:30. Hi Jen. Let's see. Kelly's on there. Hopefully Sophie's watching.
Yes.
People we know, people we don't know. Hi Jane. Right, so if you haven't done Pilates before, don't worry. Okay? You don't need any equipment. If you've got a block or something, that will be useful when we lie on our front, but that's fine if you don't. None of these exercises particularly need equipment. If you If you haven't done it before, just watch one, do one, just be careful. If anything hurts, if anything gives you pain, just modify it slightly or stop. Avoid exercises that are uncomfortable for you. So look after your own body. Right, so we're going to go for about 30 minutes. So we're going to start by standing. So let's stand up, Beth. Okay, so let's start by standing up nice and tall. So we're always thinking about a good posture in Pilates. We want to lengthen from the top of the head, okay, the crown of the head, and lengthen towards the ceiling. Think about drawing your tummy button towards your spine throughout the class, and I'll remind you if you forget, so don't worry about that. Okay, let's get the shoulders into position. So we're going to breathe in, lift them up, roll them back and down, lengthen through your fingertips. And again, inhale and exhale. And also we think about breathing in Pilates, but don't worry, just don't hold your breath if you forget. Breathe in to lift up. Breathe out to come down. Okay, let's try a little bit of balance to wake up those core muscles. So you're going to bring yourself, still with your feet under your hips, standing tall, you're going to bring yourself forwards and up onto your toes. You're going to rise up onto your toes as high as you can, and then you're going to lower and sway back into the heels, lifting the toes. Let's do that again. Inhale, think about your breathing if you can as well. And exhale to lower. Sway that weight back. Good one, Beth. Now add the arms. This is going to help switch on your core muscles a little bit and prepare you for the class. Loads of people joining us. Let's go. Let's hope they're all doing it and not just having their coffee while they watch. And lower. Float the arms. Make it effortless. So when you pick up your arms, try just to let them float upwards without hunching through the shoulders. And lower. Now let's try a little bit of balance. So we're going to weight transfer from leg to leg, picking up one foot then the other. So transfer your weight to your right foot, pick up your left knee, and try and get that knee up to about hip height. So when we're lifting the knee, we're looking for the knee to be in front of the hip and the spine to stay still. Then we lower. Transfer the weight, swap legs. We're going to lift. Hold and lower. And again, so yeah, you might find you're a bit wobblier on one side than the other. We have different imbalances through the hips and down. So if you find this a bit hard, feel free to stick with just your balance. If you feel good, add your arms. So bring your arms up to about chest height. Open your arms out. Bring them back in. And lower. Good, let's do that again. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, open your arms. Just squeeze your shoulder blades a little. Let's warm up through the back of the shoulders. And lower. Who wants an extra challenge? Me! Lift up. Now we're going to add some rotation to this. So this is our upper body spine twist. You're going to keep your knee still, your lower body still. And you're going to rotate your upper body around those hips. Try not to let them go with you. Bring it back. Keep that tummy pulled in. Arms back in front. front and lower. Let's do that again. Swap legs, breathe in, lift up, balance. Open your arms. Turn your body towards the knee that's off the floor, so we're twisting. We're bringing it back. So we're looking for smooth, controlled movement in Pilates. So the slower and the smoother and the more controlled, the better. Let's do that one more time. Tummy tight. Think about squeezing the buttock that's on the leg that's attached to the floor. Open. Turn that body. Twist, twist, twist. Bring it back. Bring it forwards. Lower down. So we're also mobilizing that upper back. One more. Lift up. Open. Turn your body. Well done. Let's twist. Oh, Beth needs to work on her balance. You're going the wrong way. Bring it back. Arms forwards. And release. We're going to make our way to the floor. Okay, so on your carpet, you don't necessarily need a mat. Stay standing. No. We're going to start to roll down, okay? So we're thinking about mobilizing the spine on this one. So we're going to drop the chin, drop the breastbone, and start to roll down. Soft knees. Now, if your back is really stiff, okay, or you have low back problems, you don't have to go all the way down, okay? Listen to your body. If it feels okay and it's just a little bit of stiffness and not pain, just push into it a little bit and then restack. Draw up into your tummy. So use your tummy to control that restacking of your spine. Think about your spine as lots of different segments, one on top of the other. Sorry, I'm boring you, Bear. Breathe in. Let's go again. As you get less stiff, you should get closer to the floor. Slightly soft knees, bringing the weight forward. So keep the weight in the fronts of the feet. Can you get to the floor? Can you get to your toes? Breathe in, restack. Ideally, you are designed to be able to get to the floor, but something is limiting you if you can't. So you need to work that out. One more. Is it your back? Is it your upper back, middle back, lower back? Is it your hamstrings? Is it your calves? Okay. Work through any tightness there. Breathe in. If you're not quite at the floor, soften your knees till you are. Walk forwards along your mat, and you might know this one from yoga, into your downward dog position. So your toes are, you're on your toes, your bum is in the air. You're going to pedal through your feet. So push your right heel down, and then your left heel. Take your socks off, Beth. You're sliding. Right heel and left heel. Nice and controlled. One more. Right heel, push it to the floor. Left heel. And then come down onto the floor, into all fours. And go back into your shell stretch. Now, if you want a nice inner thigh and hip stretch, widen your knees and rock back. And reach your arms out and go down as far as you can. Good. Now, when you're in your shell stretch, use this as a chance to breathe and release. So let your head come down to the floor and just take some deep breaths into the ribs. So when we breathe in Pilates, we think about breathing into the rib cage. Okay, nice deep breaths rather than into the shoulders so that we don't build tension. So just relax your breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, let's come into all fours. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. That's good, Beth. And we find what we call a neutral position. So you need to lift your bottom a little bit. So you've got a little bit of a curve in your lower back. This is our neutral position with the spine. Now from here, breathe in. And then we're going into a cat stretch. So you're going to tuck under and roll up. Tuck your chin. This is a lovely stretch over the back. And then return from the top of the spine back to neutral. So it's like a wave going up and down the spine. Let's go again. From the tailbone, nice and slowly, Beth. You look like a wiggly worm. Tuck, stretch, breathe in, and slowly return. Good. Let yourself come back to neutral. So remember, you stick your tushy in the air. One more time. Tuck under. Roll up like this. And slowly return. Now when you come back to neutral, let's thread the needle. So this exercise is for the middle of your back. So you lift your right arm, that's it Beth, lift it up, see if you can get it up towards the ceiling, and then thread it through. So you post your hand through that gap. Do the same one again, same side. Let's work on this rotation. Lift and breathe out as you push it through. Go on, really press it through. And again, one more. Lift up. That's good, Beth. Try and keep your lower body nice and still. So the movement's just coming through the middle back. And then replace your right hand to the floor. Let's do the other side. So we're breathing in, we're lifting up, and we're pressing it through. Hello. Hello. And again, inhale, up. Exhale, through. Go on, twist. And one more. Lift. Bethy. Through. And release. Come back. Now let's take a break off the wrists because all fours can get uncomfortable on the wrists. We're going to stretch out your hip flexors. So big step forwards with your right foot. That's the one. Nice big gap between the front heel and the back knee. Squeeze through that left buttock. Okay, so you're opening up your left hip. Lift up your left arm and stretch. Reach over into your stretch. You should feel a stretch in the front of the thigh, into the hip, and maybe into the sides of your back.
I do.
You do?
I think it hurts.
Keep your tummy nice and tight. It can be difficult to balance in this position as well, so just have to use the core a little bit. Go steady and release. Beth thinks she's pulled a muscle.
No.
Change sides. Big step forward, so we've got a decent gap. Squeeze and tuck under through the back buttock. Lift up the right arm this time and lean over. So we're just feeling that opening stretch. If you've been spending a lot of time sitting, which we probably all have, haven't we? You will find this is a really nice stretch for your hips, so open them up. If you've been having a lot of time on your iPad lately and not doing schoolwork, yeah?
It's the weekend.
Yeah, it's always the weekend to you. Okay, we're coming back into all fours. So let's come back into position. We're going to do an exercise called a leg pull, okay? So a leg pull is a core exercise. So what I want you to do is find that neutral position, all fours. You're going to tuck your toes, okay? And if your toes are really, really stiff, this is good for them. If it's too painful, flatten the feet and do it like this. So, are you ready, Beth? Okay. We tighten the tummy, so you pull your tummy up towards your spine to hold it steady. And then you push through your hands and your toes and hover your knees just off the floor, keeping your focus between your hands. And then we lower. So we're seeing how close we can stay to the floor. We don't want the knees too high off the floor, okay? So it's a small hover. Shut that door. Breathe in. Let's have a go if you haven't started. Pull your tummy up, push through your feet, hover. The spine doesn't move. So my spine isn't doing this. We don't want the back to round. And then lower. Let's have another go. Push. People don't want to see you blowing your nose, Beth. Hover. And lower. If this feels easy for you, here's a challenge for you. Toes, hands, hover just off the floor. Now try and lift one foot. Just the foot, nothing else. So nothing lifts. Lower that foot. Brace the tummy. Lift the other foot. Put it back down. Let's do that again. Staying off. Hover, one foot. Lower. The other foot. Lower. Take a break. Quick release. If you want the last challenge in this exercise, you're going to hover one foot and lengthen the leg behind. So let me show you. You hover, you lift one foot, you push it back, but look, I don't lift my other knee off the floor. I bring it back, I lower, I lengthen the other leg back, I bring it back, and I lower. You should feel your upper body working quite hard doing that. Let's have a go. Last one here. Hands, knees, toes. Breathe in. Tummy tight. Hover off. If it's enough for you, stay here. First thing, lift one foot. Second, try and push it back without lifting the other knee. Bring it back in. Foot down. Try the other side. Push. Bring it in. Lower. And release. Well done. Give your shoulders a roll. Take a little rest whilst I show you your next exercise. So we're going to do a spine stretch. So sit towards the front or further forwards wherever you are on the floor. So you've got a bit of room behind you, okay? Because we're going to roll back eventually. You alright, Ben? Okay. So our focus here is to stretch the back of the legs and stretch out the spine. Okay, so lift up through your arms, sit tall. Just create a curve in your spine. So I call this a C curve through the spine. Drop the chin and then reach forwards towards your toes. And you should feel a stretch in the back of the legs and into the lower back. Really trying to open up your spine. And then restack. I've lost my partner. Inhale. Let's try again. Rock back. Drop your chin. Draw your tummy tight. And then keep the tummy sucked in. So you're sucking in that midsection. And then lengthen out to reach towards your toes. And restack. Think about your breathing. Are you holding your breath when it gets hard? Breathe in. Let's go. One more. So nice tuck, drop, reach. Press out through those knees. Can you get to your toes? Can you get past your toes? Or does it need a bit of work? Breathe in. And restack. Don't lie, you're flexible. On this one, lift your arms all the way up and sweep them round. So let's reach around through those fingertips. Okay, let's work the tummy a little bit more now. So come slightly further forward, so make sure you've got some room behind you, that you're not going to hit anything. Bend your knees so your feet are nice and flat. And we're going to do what we call a roll down. So this is about control of your spine and abdominal strength. So if you haven't got one of those things, if your back is really stiff, you might find this hard. If you've got some weakness through the tummy, so if you've ever had any kind of spinal surgery, if you've had pregnancies, if you've had cesareans, anything like that can weaken the tummy. So don't worry if you can't do the full roll down. Okay, we're going to sit tall. We're going to start with just a half roll down, and you can stick with this if you like. So you tuck your tailbone and you roll down using your tummy to about halfway. You don't need a block at the minute, Beth. And then roll forwards and restack. And let's try that again. So lift into your pelvic floor. Draw your tummy button in. Lift your pubic bone. Go to your halfway and then roll forwards and lift. Now if you're feeling confident, let's try and go all the way to the floor. The worst that can happen is that you can't get up. Okay, so we roll, control, smooth and as slow as you can. Try not to drop like a sack of spuds onto the floor. Now stretch your arms overhead. We've got to get up now. So our arms come over, we drop the chin, we drop the breastbone, and we use the tummy to round us up. What we don't want to do is use the hip muscles to bring us up, which is why we want the curve in the spine. If you went back straight like this, you'd be using the muscles of your hips and not the abdominal muscle. So we want that C curve through the spine on this one. Let's have another go. Keep rolling for me. So let's go even halfway or as far as you can go with control. We don't want to rush it. It's better slow. So arms come over, squeeze up. It's really easy to rock yourself up with momentum. To really work the tummy muscles rather than the hips, you want that slow rolling up. Let's do two more. Slowly down. Breathe in and then up. Squeeze down into your tummy muscles. How are you getting on, Beth? Inhale, last one. Let's go. Let's lift that pelvic floor. Let's draw the belly button in. Good. It's always about pulling upwards and inwards. And keep drawing the tummy in as you roll up. And restack your spine. And then roll all the way down. Okay. Roll down and lay on your back. And now just stretch. So stretch your arms overhead, straighten out your legs, take some deep breaths, and just lengthen through the body. What are you doing? And then bring your arms down. We're going to do another exercise that's for the back, but also for the back of your body, so for your glutes. And if you come to my classes, you know I'm obsessed with the glutes and the hamstrings. They need to be strong to support your back. So if you suffer with back problems, work on strengthening your glutes and your hamstrings. Arms at your side. Tuck your chin. So we've got a nice length in the neck. We don't want, if your chin is like this, okay, pop a towel under the top of your head to keep your face parallel to the ceiling. Now your bridge. You're going to tuck under, so I push my back into the floor, which is called imprint. I squeeze the buttocks and I peel my spine off slowly. So we're looking to bring the hips up. You doing it, Beth? Breathe in and lower. Good. Smoothly back down. So it's segment by segment again. Segmental control of the spine. Let's have another go. Tuck and squeeze through the buttocks to lift your hips. Breathe in and lower. Now if you want to make this exercise a little bit more challenging, you can try without your stabilizers. So take your arms and either put them across your chest or up to the ceiling, okay? 2 options for you. Again, this should work your bottom, your hamstrings. You shouldn't feel this in your back. Now stay at the top. Try this, a single leg lift. So we lift one foot up. This is called tabletop. Knee is at 90 degrees. Then lower that foot and do the other side. Lift and lower. If you haven't started, have a go. Hips stay level, so we don't want one hip to drop as we lift the foot. Squeeze into the supporting leg. Lower. Let's stay up here. Let's do one more on each side. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. That's it, Beth. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Roll back down. Massage the spine back to the floor. And then hug your knees in. So when you hug your knees, just give your back a little release. You can give them a circle round. How are we doing for time? Ooh, we might be a bit longer than half an hour. We're going to do just a couple more exercises. So let's do another tummy exercise. So this is for the abdominals, and then we'll add some upper body as well, so we're getting all of the abdominals. So we're going to start with our toe tap exercise. So you bring your right leg to tabletop again. So we really see where my knee is. It's over my hip, it isn't here. Okay, so keep it over the hip and keep the shin parallel to the ceiling. Now tighten your tummy. So we want to pull the tummy in. Don't let the tummy release and add the second leg. So already I can feel I have to work quite hard to hold my tummy in and my back still. Now toe taps. You tap the floor with your right foot and you breathe in to return. This is slow and controlled. You tap the floor, you bring it in. How are you doing, Beth? Tap and in. Don't let your knees come in towards your chest. So when your body finds an exercise hard, it tries to cheat, okay? And what happens is your knees end up coming here like this. And this takes the strain off the tummy. This makes it easy. If I take my knees further away, this makes it harder. So have a go. Tummy nice and tight. 4 more. 4. Keep it in. 3. Good. 2. Now keep your legs here if you can. If you've lost your tummy connection, take a break. You tuck your chin. You reach to your arms. And you lift your breastbone. So I'm lifting into upper abdominal crunch. Now I pull my right knee in and stretch my left leg away. This is a single leg stretch.
You swap. You pull your left leg, you stretch your right. Now we go quicker. We pull and stretch and pull. Now breathe out. Good. So don't hold your breath. 4, 3, 2. Now stay up. Come back to tabletop. Support your head. We're going to rotate now. Rotate the right shoulder to the left knee, like this. So do it slow. And then rotate the left shoulder to the right knee. And again, slow. Twist. And twist. Now go a little faster if you can, but stay controlled. Breathe. Out, in, out, in. Twist. 4. She's given up. 2. Good. Last one. And release. Head down. Release your feet one at a time. And just stretch them out and release the tummy. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, just let the ribs lift. And let the tummy muscles that you've just worked have a little stretch. Well done. Now we're going to do a front lying exercise next. So when we're doing Pilates, we like to do a balanced workout. So we like to try and work the spine in all the different directions. And one move that we do commonly that we won't do a lot in everyday life is back extension. If you've got a little block, grab one. We're going to do a swan dive exercise or a modified swan dive, okay? So you're going to lie on your front. And what you need to be careful on this exercise is your neck. So when you're actually doing the exercise, keep your chin tucked and looking at your mat rather than trying to turn your head or lift your head. So the exercise is to create some extension in the spine. So we'll start with a small lift and then you can see how your back feels. So think about lifting your belly button, okay? Imagine you're trying to hover your belly button away from the floor. Obviously it won't hover away from the floor, but it's that feeling of lifting all the time. Forehead on the floor, arms at your side so your shoulders are relaxed. Slide your shoulders away from your ears and hover the head and breastbone. And just do this small lift, okay? Don't lift too high yet. Breathe in, if you can, and breathe out to lower. And then we progress this down the spine. So we slide the shoulders down, head, chest, and now you start to push into your hands. Now you start to lift higher. It's very dependent on how flexible your spine is. Breathe in at the top and lower. So smoothly, remember, controlled, smooth movement we're looking for. Work into any stiffness. Shoulders down, up, head, chest, ribs, tummy. Tighten your tummy, squeeze your buttocks. So you want nice tight glutes to support the spine. Breathe in at the top, watch the shoulders, they shouldn't be here. Draw them down so you've got length through your neck. And then lower. Back down. Let's just do a couple more. Remember, we're not pushing into pain. Okay, we don't push into pain. How do you know the difference between stiffness and the pain? Well, the stiffness should ease out through repetition. Your pain will probably get worse. So let's keep within any discomfort. One more. In and out. I've lost my helper. She's got the attention span of a gnat. Breathe in and then lower all the way back down and release. Good. Now slowly make your way up. If your back feels a little bit stiff, and it might feel a little tight after that because you've worked the muscles of your spine, go back into your shell stretch again, but this time just stack your fists and just rest your head on your fists and take some deep breaths. And remember that breathing that we talked about at the start. You're breathing into your rib cage, down into the bottom of your lungs, which will really help to calm you, okay? If you breathe into the top of your chest and you breathe really shallowly, it can increase tension, okay? Increases your sympathetic nervous system. Deep, slow breaths down into the rib cage can help slow everything down and relax you.
Good. Now, let's just finish with a side stretch, because although we didn't have time for any side lying exercises, it's still important to stretch out the sides of your body. So we're going to come into kneeling. Can you do this one, Beth? Come into kneeling. Okay. Now you're going to step your right foot out to the side. Okay. Bring your left arm to the floor. Lift up your arm and just lengthen over into that side stretch. And you should push your ribs up and just feel this really nice opening stretch through the sides of your body. Breathe in and hold. Now you can slightly change the stretch. You can bring the leg back a little. You can turn slightly towards the floor if you feel the stretch more there. And then bring it back, lift back up. Let's do the other side. So you're going to take your left leg out, reach your right hand. Your hand, your knee, your foot should be in a nice straight line on the floor. Okay, lift up, keep the hips back. Don't let them roll forwards. We stretch, we lengthen over through the arm. Nice deep breaths into the ribs. Take this leg back if you want to increase the stretch. Turn slightly down through the front of your body if you can. Sorry, I lost connection for a sec. And release, come back up. Okay, finish in kneeling or sitting, whatever's more comfortable. Roll your shoulders a couple of times. Reach your fingertips. Let's stretch the neck. So finish with a neck stretch. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Try and keep your shoulders level, okay? It's really easy when your neck is stiff to kind of overcompensate. I know, I'm always used to doing opposites. Relax that shoulder. That's it. Come back up. Over to the other side. And come back up. And then deep breath in, lift your shoulders. Drop them down. Shake it out. Well done. Thanks, everybody. If anyone wants to leave any comments or ask me anything, I'll just stay for a minute. If anyone wants to ask Beth anything, feel free. She only knows stuff about TikTok, though.
No.
Oh dear. Let's have a look. I can't read it side on. What does it say? Let's see all the people that are watching.
Oh God.
If you're off, hi Denise. Hi Dave. Hi Tim. Hi James. All these people. Hi Lucy. Yeah, you work hard. I'm going to turn this so I can read.
Kelly.
Thanks everybody.
Kelly.
Oh, glad you had your kids doing it. Pilates is for everyone. Thanks,
Four
Laura.
kids.
Yeah,
Four
kids.
kids.
I know, she's mad, she is. Well done, everybody. If anybody's interested in doing more online Pilates, I do run a private Pilates Facebook group, which is £20 a month, and you get 3 or 4 classes. Hopefully Anissa was watching.
Cara!
Oi.
Still alive. We'll say goodbye now. Cara, come and say bye-bye. Come and say bye-bye. There she is.
There you go.
Hi everybody. Hi Laura. Hi Lol.
Daddy, you are watching.
Right, we'll end it now. If anyone wants, I could run a couple more classes as we're all stuck in. Got to help each other out. So stay safe, everybody. All right, let's finish now. Let's stop. Let's turn this off. Let's stop this. End. You do that one for me, Beth?
No. I think no.